camera is trained on my face and not halfway down my shirt. Pardon me while I get comfortable. Okay, hey! First things first. This video is a direct response to Jordan's direct response, basically, to my last video. My first video, actually. First and last. And, if you haven't watched that, you might, I mean, you'll get what I'm talking about, but it won't really be relevant. So you can go watch his vlog, or you can stop watching this one, whatever makes you happy. My hands are freezing. It's really cold in my house. So let me think. What all did you talk about? I should have taken notes. Your video was very long. But basically everything that you said was about, you know, I'm starting another channel, and, you know, I've done that before, and we all know I've done that before, and it's never worked out the way that I wanted it to, or the way that I thought it would, or, you know, worked out at all in any capacity. So I kind of want to discuss that. And, I mean, you saw the title of my first video. It's called Commitment Issues. Like, that really, honestly, as stupid as it is like the stem of everything, is I just have commitment issues with projects and with activities and with everything. And I mean, if you really want me to get in-depth, like, real with you, I will be totally and completely honest. I don't know if I've ever really talked about this at length before, but I'm going to, because I might as well, and sorry, I just cracked my knuckle. I don't know if I've really talked about this at a long, like, I don't know if people know about this, really. I mean, everybody kind of knows that I'm anemic and I have a condition, but I don't think there's really been an update on that or any history behind that in a video before. And so basically, my medical issues are kind of what my mental issues, I guess, stem from. So if we go all the way back in time to, like, when I was born, when I was born I had a heart condition, and I have a scar and everything, and growing up, it started, I had open heart surgery when I think when I was 10 months old, and then everything just kind of kept going after that. And what happened basically was I was anemic when I was born, so they had to wait to do my surgery, which, I mean, should have been a signal right there, but because of everything else that was wrong with me, they didn't really pay attention to it. Like, the anemia was the least of their issues at the problem, like, least of my issues, rather, at the problem. The anemia was the least of my issues at the time. I can speak English. And so, I had some anemia, and I had to wait for that to go away, because that's kind of common in babies, I think, is to be born a little bit anemic. And then it kind of just gets better over time as your bone marrow develops. And so I got a surgery, and then I spent the next couple years, next several, I guess, years, going to my cardiologist out in Philadelphia. You know, for a while it was every 2 weeks, and then it was every month, and then it was every 2 months, and then it was every 3 months, and then it was like once a year. Well, I think it was more like every 6 months for a while, and then it was once a year. And then when I was 7 years old, I had another surgery. I was in the hospital 2 more times for, like, at length, after my open heart surgery as a baby. When I was 5, I went in for 2 weeks, and I didn't actually receive surgery, but they basically experimented on me, giving me different treatments and trying to test different drugs on me and, like, see if anything made a difference. And so I basically sat around and watched cartoons and hung out with the other kids in my ward, and I got to see Lion King on a bootleg VHS, which was awesome. And then when I was 7, I had another surgery, which was just an overnight stay, but it was another surgery. And so I spent my whole childhood being, like, the sick kid, and I had surgeries, and I was in hospitals, and I had to go to the doctor all the time. And, you know, it developed in me this, like, worry, and I was a very worrying child, and I, you know, didn't think I could do things that other kids could do, and I thought that I was limited in some way because I was different, and, you know, I was broken or whatever. And so that kind of developed a lot of strange habits in me. And then, you know, I started making videos when I was like 17, and I did it pretty consistently for a while, and I mean, you've known me since then. And I think what happened was, honestly, my video making dropped off in 2009, which was when I got sick again. And basically in the summer of 2009, I was sick all the time. All the time. I just felt awful. There was something wrong with me. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought maybe I was having some sort of, digestive issue or something. I just could not figure out what it was. I thought maybe I had something autoimmune. And then Labor Day weekend of 2009, I ended up in the hospital again. I ended up in the hospital and found out that my hemoglobin had dropped to, like, near-death level. Got transfused, got sent home, got sent to a hematologist. Went to this hematologist for a couple months, probably about 9 months. And he couldn't figure out what to do with me. And he was also an oncologist and decided that since I wasn't dying of cancer, I wasn't really worth his time. And he tried to convince me that my condition was all in my head, even though it was clear on paper that, I had something going on. And so I went to a different hematologist. We ended up, after another 9 months, figuring out what I had after another transfusion. So I was in the hospital September of 2009 and September, the exact same weekend of 2010. And basically, like, that instance of being... my chair keeps hitting the dresser, sorry. But basically, that instance of being sick, like, put my life on hold completely. Because, like, I was, I got 10 days of bed rest after the first time in the hospital. I couldn't keep my job because I couldn't keep up. I was well below the normal blood level, and I just couldn't live that way. Like, I couldn't keep a normal work level that way. And I've had depression because it kind of runs in my family. But I've been able to deal with it a little bit. And it just got so worse after that. So much worse. And I hated myself, I hated my life, I hated what my life was because, I was a sick kid and I'm a sick adult and, it's never going to get any better. And it's, the whole culmination of all that is that it's really hard for me to commit to things because I feel like things are so fleeting for me. And I don't have, I crochet and that's like the only thing I've ever really done for an extended period of time. I have like a vein that my interests are on. I'm a very creative person, but I don't have a routine. I don't do the same, 5 to 10 things every day. I don't have a job. I just started going back to school, which is scaring me shitless, if I'm honest. And, it's just, my life is weird, man. Life is weird. So, I got sick in 2009. Videos dropped off. I felt like I couldn't identify with who I was anymore. The person in the videos that were on my channel from when I was, 17, 18, 19, being a happy, carefree teenager, I could not identify with that person anymore. That person is totally foreign to me. That person did not have to worry that they were going to die. They didn't have to deal with being on disability. They didn't have to deal with any of that. And I didn't know that person anymore. So feeling connected to, I know it's such like it's not physical. It's not a physical thing. It's not tangible. It's intangible. That's the word I'm looking for. My YouTube channel, my old YouTube channel, totally intangible. But feeling connected to that made me feel like I was trying to be that person who I wasn't. And so, I tried to evolve into another channel, which I started a while ago. I guess that was last year. I tried to start another channel, and then the commitment issue thing showed up again because I just couldn't commit. And it's just so hard for me to be consistent with things because I had to take, a 2-year hiatus from school because of my condition, and I'm only just going back. And I feel like right now for me is like a time when I can really try to be who I want to be again. Sorry, my camera cut out, which is really inconvenient. But basically what I was saying is that I became a prisoner of my own, I'm a prisoner of my own laziness, essentially. And my dad just came home, sorry, there's noises happening. We'll see what happens. And my camera cuts out after 10 minutes. Can someone tell me how to fix that? But yeah, I'm a prisoner of my own laziness, is essentially what happened. And my life is on such a significant upswing that I really want to get back into this, is really what I was saying. I got really far along. I talked for like 5 minutes without my camera recording. I'm a little bit pissed. I'm trying to remember what I said. I don't know if I talked about this already. If I did, I can edit it out. But you talked about finding time to make videos, because you were talking about your, talking to Trip, who is the busiest person I think I know. And you were talking about, you know, him finding time to sit down and really make a video. And for me, it's not really an issue of having the time, it's an issue of utilizing it, because I have, it's like the strangest insecurity or something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like anytime I get brilliant ideas for videos. Tons, infinite ideas for videos. And I write them all down. And I never do it, because I have an idea for a video right now, but I am obligated to make this reply first. So that video is on the back burner at the moment. But I hope you could hear that. Right, so I get these ideas, and I never follow through. And it's like a weird fear, insecurity, nervousness thing, where the second I keep thinking people are coming into my room. The second I sit down in front of the camera, it's like I'm sitting down in front of you across a table. And I get this, and I never get stage fright. I'm never afraid on a stage, but it's this weird kind of like lifting the veil, like being open kind of thing that I get afraid of, because I feel like my ideas are, like I get nervous of people not liking my ideas, I think is really what it is. It's just a strange insecurity that I need to get over, and is, I guess, part of the commitment issue thing. Like, I need to just commit and do it and fuck it. Like, just do it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm really trying. I'm in a space in my life right now where I'm just trying to improve myself and improve my life and just improve things. And I'm hoping that this works for that, because even though I'm not the same person who was in all those videos on my old channel, I still have this interest. I still have the desire to do this, even if it's for different reasons and I'm just a different human being. Yeah. I hope that made sense, because it made more sense the first time I said it, and now it's gone because it stopped. The other thing you were talking about, and you need to go get Sam so she can watch this part of the video, you were talking about sisters and about your wedding, and I'm dumbstruck, honestly. I'm appalled. And you know, you mentioned, you know, the possibility existing of, like, you know, my sister making the decision to not be at my wedding someday, and that just literally is a complete impossibility to me. Does not exist in my mind. Is not something I can even fathom what my emotional response would be to, because it's just unfathomable. I can't imagine it, and I feel so bad that those people aren't going to be there for you, and that they would make the decision to not be there. It's not that they, like, it is an impossibility for them to be there. It's that they just are deciding not to be. And even, like, making an effort not to be, which is just disgusting to me. And I really want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, honestly, truly, if it was even in the realm of possibility, would be there. It would be an amazing, fun time. And I would be so happy for you guys. I am so happy for you guys. And it just, I wish I could go, but I'm poor, and it just is completely impossible for me. Even without, like, even if I had the money, it's scheduling, I just can't. And I feel so bad. And I love you guys, and it just pisses me off. Like, can I punch somebody, please? That would help. I think I covered everything, and if I didn't, that's what dialogues are for. Yeah, I hope you have an awesome time in Vegas. I really do. Fuck those guys. Like, I hate to say it, but just, like, fuck it. I can't even imagine it. I would be pissed. And I'm sure you are. Give Sam a hug for me, because I can't make that happen. And the video that I have an idea for that's mulling around in my brain will come out on Wednesday, probably. I hope. Because Wednesday is when I have free time. I should have free time in the afternoon. And if not, then I'll just, you know, it'll come out eventually. Okay, this video is excessively long for a second video. Not that anyone's dictating how long certain videos should be. I'm certainly not. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.